What's going on, y'all? It's Michael. Back so soon. Fucking surprising, right? Cut all my hair off. Got tired of dealing with the shit. Other than that, the shit quality audio should be fixed soon. I bought a microphone, but I have to get an adapter for it, but it's coming in the mail on Tuesday or Wednesday. So the next video should be a much better listening experience. But anyway, today I'm going to be showing you all the pickups that I've made over the past semester, because even though it was only like 2 videos ago, my last pickups video was about 4 or 5 months ago. So today I'm just going to show you all some gifts, some creations, some purchases, some hand-me-downs, whatever. But yeah, let's get into it, I guess. So the first 2 things that I'm going to show you all, it's just these 3 button-down shirts. And the story behind these shirts, these were my great-grandfather's, but my mom found them in my grandma's house in a box. And since my style is sort of moving towards wearing more button-ups, these just so happen to fit me perfectly, so I've stolen them and started wearing them pretty frequently. They fit very well, which is, I guess, not too surprising considering my build is pretty consistent with the rest of the males in my family on my mom's side, so I don't know, very convenient. Thought it was a cool story wearing the clothes of a family member that I never even met. Moving on from that, I showed this in the last video that I highly recommend you go watch, where I talked about this brand. It's just this Abasi Rosborough kimono. Belt closure, darted shoulders, rib knit, paneling underneath the sleeves to give more flexibility, lots of storage. If you want a more in-depth analysis of this thing, go watch that if you haven't already. I would appreciate it. But yeah, I got this from Essence during that sale. I got it for like 40% off or so. Got the last of all the sizes, and I'm very happy with this purchase. It's a lot more warm than I figured it would be at first. It's constructed out of this black deadstock cotton sateen, and I feel like a lot of people, I definitely was too, were confused whenever they first heard the word sateen and its sort of relativity to satin. So the relationship between the two, cotton sateen is a very soft fabric still, but it doesn't have the luster of satin, and it's not nearly as soft. But the relationship between the two, the construction of satin is woven in a pattern of interlacement where the warp thread goes over 4 weft threads, then under 1 weft thread, over 4 weft threads, then under 1, whereas sateen goes under 4 weft threads, over 1, under 4, over 1. So it comes out to this very matte finish looking fabric that's still very soft. But yeah, love that thing, wear it a shitload. Doesn't totally go with my style, but I'm happy to step out of the box with it a little bit. Very happy with that purchase. So moving on from that, another hand-me-down. This is a Suede Blazer that belonged to my grandfather. This thing is just beautiful and it fits me perfectly, as you'll see in the B-roll. So the story behind this, I never met my grandfather. He passed before I was born, but apparently he got this jacket in the 50s or 60s and wore it all the time. And eventually he handed it down to my mom, who also wore it all the time. And over this past Thanksgiving break, I was at my grandma's house and my mom dug it out of her closet, put it on me, fit me perfectly. She said, "This is you, please take it." And I took it and I wear it all the time. Only bad thing about this thing is the suede on this is super thin, so it turns out that it's very fragile. As you can see, I've stitched up quite a few spots that have just busted open. The sleeves are pretty, oh man, this is the worst one. I need to stitch this up. I've probably stitched this up more than I've worn it, honestly. But I love this thing so much, it's kind of worth it, and the stitching gives it a bit more character. As you can see by how much this has been worn, even the lining is falling apart, and there's oil stains on the back of the collar. Such a cool jacket with a lot of familial history, a lot of life lived in this thing. And you know, since I never met him, I just think it's very cool that I get to be a part of a piece of clothing that we've shared its history. So yeah, I'm gonna continue to stitch this thing up. Might get it patched up eventually. I've had to sew back on each of these 3 leather buttons individually. The ones on the sleeves are probably gonna be coming off soon. But yeah, very well fitting jacket, very much my style. Love this thing. Gonna try to live as much of its life out as it has left this poor old 70-year-old jacket. So next item, man, I love this thing. This is just a overcoat. It doesn't have a care label on the inside, but I'm guessing it's 100% wool. Maybe a blend. It's got a weird texture to it, but fits perfectly. Size 42. How I got this. There is a vintage store in Louisville called The Nitty Gritty. It's my favorite one. Not a lot of my friends know about it, surprisingly, and what they do, they go to estate sales to sort of acquire their stock, and they just have a bunch of stuff from the 20s to the 80s, I would say, and just clothes that have a structure that was very popular to the time that they're sort of from. And this overcoat will serve me quite well, walking to and from class in this cold Kentucky weather once the semester starts back up. But yeah, went in the store, tried it on, couldn't afford it at the time, let my dad know about it, and he got me this for Christmas, so thank you, Dad. This thing costs like $65, I think, which is pretty good considering how warm this thing is. Saved my life on New Year's, and probably makes me look very suspect, but whatever, that's a cool look anyway. Who doesn't like to look suspicious? So moving on from there, this necklace I'm wearing, this is from a brand called Catagolda, which I found on Instagram from one of the several sustainable fashion accounts that I follow. But this brand, what they do is they sell a lot of like natural fiber homewares, jewelry, whatnot, and I saw them. I saw this particular, not this particular piece, but I think it's called a 3 Lakes necklace. What this is, it's rope silk that hasn't been bleached or dyed, so it's still got its natural color, and I just really like the color that natural silk has. The pendant is sort of like a cinch. It's this recycled brass. I think it's brass, but whatever the metal is, it's recycled, and it serves as a cinch because it's kind of hard to tighten or loosen this, so it stays pretty firmly in place. I have it like at a choker length, but you can sort of alter the length to however long you want it to be, and it has these 2 tassels hanging down. The 3 Lakes necklace, this necklace that I have on isn't sold, but the 3 Lakes necklace basically ended with 2 smaller pendants at the end of these ropes, but I saw on another necklace that she sold, it had this tassel at the end of it, so I DM'd her and I asked her if she could make me a 3 Lakes necklace with the tassel endings, and she sent me a PayPal invoice that ended up being even less than what the 3 Lakes necklace would have cost in the first place. Paid her, delivered like 2 days later. So highly recommend that experience. If you want this same necklace, I'm sure she'd be happy to make it for you. Tell her I sent you. She probably won't remember me, but regardless, very good experience with that, and I wear this pretty much every day, even in the shower, whatever. Very good necklace. Gonna love how I see this age. Moving on, next thing that I have on is this Telfar shirt. Picked this up in a sale. I got it for probably like 70% off on Farfetch. I fucking love Raglan Ringer tees. I have one very similar to this, that Indiana University 1976 championship shirt that I showed you all in a past video. It's very similar to this, except it's mostly red. But yeah, super soft, 100% cotton that I can only imagine was brushed. I normally stray away from buying designer t-shirts. This is probably the first one that I've bought that I can think of, because for the most part I feel like I've stitched a t-shirt together before, and there's nothing that can make one be valued at $400, no matter, like, it definitely does take a long time, I'll be the first to tell you that, but not $400 worth of time. And screen printing doesn't take, I don't know, I just found it very hard to justify paying over $100 for a t-shirt. Until this point I paid, I think, $120 for this one. Hopefully my mom doesn't watch this video. But as time goes by and streetwear inevitably sort of lives its life out, and people aren't wearing graphic t-shirts every day anymore, this t-shirt is constructed differently enough to where I believe it'll have a bit more longevity than just a regular short sleeve t-shirt with the Balenciaga print on it or whatever. They actually screen printed the inside of this t-shirt backwards, and that's why it has this sort of faded look. It's not actually faded, it's just on the other side. Really cool look. Love a good ringer tee. I think this color combination is fucking A1. Love it. But yeah, that's about it for this t-shirt. Next up, I have this pair of jeans that I'm wearing right now, actually. It's just another pair of Levi's 517s. I bought these back in October. I bought them raw, actually. because I just got so tired of buying like ripped jeans and whatnot, because I don't know, I just wanted a pair of jeans that were worn into sort of the way that I live, I guess. I'm sure you all get what I mean, but yeah, I've been wearing these pretty much every day. It's a good go-to pair of jeans to just throw on. The boot cut silhouette looks great with my floor shine boots, so that's pretty much a go-to. Love a good pair of Levi's and the integrity that their heritage has, as you all know. So I guess you all will just see how these age with me, because I'm sure I'll have these forever and ever. Nothing too crazy, just some Levi's that I've washed, because even though I bought them raw, they were still pretty big on me and I wanted them to shrink. And I also don't like the super contrasty fades that come with wearing raw denim without it being washed. So I've washed these a couple times, mostly as I've spilled stuff on them, just not overkill. But yeah, that's it for these. So the last item is a pair of shoes. I was looking for a pair of very comfortable day-to-day shoes that I could work out in or just actually dress up in. At the boutique that I work at, we had these come in back in, I think, September is when they came out. This is the John Elliott LeBron Icon 1. It's basically the LeBron 8 sole, and then I guess John Elliott just designed the upper. But very comfortable shoe. Love how these look. The striped detailing is embroidered along the toe box and the heel. Only gripe I have with these shoes is the translucent upper that sort of shows your sock. I fucking hate that trend, but you know, I wear white socks or gray socks pretty usually, so you don't really notice it. My only concern with it is the durability and discoloration over time. I'm kind of scared of that, but other than that, they've got this really nice leather around the collar. Love a good pull tab, plastic aglets, or not plastic aglets, but sturdy plastic aglets. I guess all aglets are plastic. This was actually a Christmas gift from the boutique that I work at. They gave us gift cards, and since I was on my search for some good casual shoes, grab these. Yeah, we probably still got some in stock. If you all want them, I will link them down below. One last thing I forgot to mention, this wallet. I made this actually a month or two ago. My last wallet, I've had it for like 2 or 3 years, and it started falling apart like a month or two after I got it. So it needed a replacement very fucking badly. This is long overdue, but I had just gotten my sewing machine. First project was this bad boy. What I did with this, no pattern, I just went to a Goodwill and bought a pair of old black Levi's because, you know, Levi's denim is just very high quality. And I also didn't want to just, you know, go out and buy some new fabric to make this. So did that, bought a straight edge, like measuring ruler type thing, and got a cutter's mat and a rotary cutter. Measured out everything. Not all the cards are shoved down there, but each pocket is tight enough to hold them with a depth measured long enough to sort of conceal each card. Underneath all the pockets, another compartment that you can just put, I'll put my spare key and a couple other cards in there. Good little space for money, little indentation right here in between the stitching so it folds seamlessly. I was afraid that my sewing machine wouldn't be able to handle the areas of this where there are like 4, 5, 6 layers of denim. But it trucked on through, triple stitched like around it. On the edges, I don't have a serger, but I wanted it to have this very rough look, so I just did an overcast stitching along the edges to still, you know, keep that effect, and it doesn't look too bad. I wish I had a serger to do that, but coming soon. Other than that, made the outer panel out of 2 panels so I could have this sort of folded over, edge stitched look to it. And yeah, it's not breaking it in like too much to the point of where it's flimsy. It's actually like the perfect sturdiness, I guess. I wanted to make this sort of like a, you know, artistic commentary, I guess. So I did a shitty little write-up on that on my Instagram if you'd like to read more into the thought process of that, but I'm not going to get into it here. Just wanted to show it to you all. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, I think that's all I've got for you. Sorry for making another pickups video so soon in relation to the sequence of video output that I have, but I really like making these videos just to get back into the swing of things, and I know that didn't really work last time, but I think I'm actually going to be recording quite a bit more now. Fucking knock on wood. But yeah, I think that's all I've got. Like I said before, new audio recording equipment coming in soon, so that white noise that you're hearing right now should be gone soon. But yeah, other than that, I don't think I have anything else for you all. Follow me on Instagram at Tandeur, Tandeur. Have a good day, y'all. Thanks for watching.